game.
Bang! What is up, my pizzas? Cory Vincent here, video game. Bang, bang, bang. Sacramento's #1 geek and gaming podcast, back at it again. And of course, I'm joined by the man with the plan, Stan David Webb. What is up?
What is going on, everybody? I have a question for you, Cory. When you start the podcast,
Yeah?
and you start the Twitch stream,
Uh-huh.
and you do your intro, is
Yep.
it on everybody or is it on just you when you do the intro?
I keep it on everybody.
Okay, cool.
Why?
Because for a couple weeks now, as you do the intro, because you say the same thing damn near almost every time, I lip sync, and I just want to know if my fruits of labor are going to waste or not.
Wait, what do you do?
I lip sync with you, so
You know
when you
this
go,
has been
"What
going
is
on-
up, my pizzas?" I'm sitting there going,
No
It's been going
way.
on for weeks, and you couldn't just open one of the VODs and see?
I want to save it for a bit, Emma.
David Webb, how have the DMs been looking? Are you still getting mistaken for...
I had another one fairly recently who said that they really liked the episode and they agreed with everything I said, which I couldn't have been more bummed about because I'm pretty sure it was probably nothing that I actually agree with. Yeah, it was
Hardcore conservative stuff.
well spoken on Fox tonight regarding the blackface issue. So much common sense, and the race baiters don't even see it. Thank you.
Oh my god! What
brought to
have you
you by-
been doing, Webb?
Brought to you by Craig Daly. I didn't tell you guys about my bit on Fox News. Yeah, they satellited me in.
You know what's actually the saddest part of the whole story is that if you go far enough back in the VGB catacombs, I'm sure we did discuss blackface at some point in time. So
I just want the record to show this before I came on board. I don't know anything about
Hold
this.
on, wait, but wasn't Aaron here?
it was definitely Aaron leading the conversation. Yeah, but
Yeah.
still,
I
like
had nothing
you
to do with
can
this.
find blackface conversations on this podcast. So maybe there's a small chance it's an actual. They knew who they were sending the message to.
I feel like
That's
I
very
was
true.
on that one.
Yeah, were you?
I sure as hell wasn't.
Please, no.
Let's be honest.
For my
Let's be
future
honest.
congressional
There's
run, I'd like to
probably-
distance myself from this.
Wow, is that what's in the future for Emma Skies? A
never
congressional
know.
run?
Are we surprised?
I'm not surprised whatsoever.
I meant to forward this one to you, Cory. Somebody popped into my DMs wanting to know if I can get them signed to Energy Esports for on the junior roster for I'm pretty sure it's Apex.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Junior roster, are they like 7?
Yeah.
My DMs
Pretty
have been nonstop across all platforms. Discord, Twitter, Instagram.
You got mine though, right? Like those are at the top, right? You're getting me on the Apex team.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
I'll have my people call your people. I don't make those decisions,
I'll be
people.
your people.
Bullshit!
If you listen to this show, don't write in asking to be a part of Energy Esports Apex team because I can't make that decision.
Energy's brand logo was behind us for months.
Yeah,
right?
they're still
It's still on the board.
Yeah, they
it's so
still
ingrained
kinda are,
in the
yeah.
wall that you can see the remains of it. It will not go away.
Yeah.
So whatever you
If
do,
you're listening to this show, contact Cory at
At-
Oh my God,
twitter.com/.
please don't.
what's up, pizzas?
You
And he
know,
will get you on the Apex team. You're welcome.
we were one of the
Tell him I
first
sent you.
orgs to put a call out, for
Yeah,
content creators.
for sure.
And because we just looked at it, we all played it and love it, so we were like, this is actually worth investing in. So, they wanted to get that out there. We did, and then we thought we'll get a few hundred applications. It'll be easy. We're a small team, everybody.
Yeah.
This isn't a massive organization that this isn't thousands of people. This is a dozen. This is a baker's dozen, and we got thousands.
I'm sure.
Thousands of applications, and yes, we're sifting through them very slowly. I'm not even sure you'll all hear back, but what I can tell you is that if you get the call, you'll know.
My pamphlet will be on your desk tomorrow
Oh,
morning.
Emma Skies, the last thing I need is for you. But you've been all over this game, and in fact, I think if I saw your latest kill stats, you've got better stats than I do right now.
Hell yeah, I do.
Yeah. So what's keeping you coming back?
It's just a good game. It's really good. You're always kind of looking for the next shooter. Like I really like shooters, but I kind of come and go from them. I try to find one that sticks with me, and I just really like this one.
Yeah, it's
I
good.
like the team aspect, which is very rare for me. I don't like playing with other people, but the ping system in this thing is so good that I don't have to fucking talk to anybody.
Yeah.
It's just a good get. Like the movement is very smooth. The guns are easy to get a hold of. Like get a handle on what everything does. It's just a good game.
Close to 25 million people agree with you, but that will be a story for a little bit later. Before we get there, Curtis Fisher, how my Kings looking?
Looking pretty good. We got a winning record. My career is not looking too good because I haven't been playing that much. But I got a Nike Connect jersey, so every month they give me free VC. So I just go in and level up my player and just look at it.
We're looking good, man. So what do we got to look forward to? Because, I mean, even if you don't watch basketball regularly, the All-Star Weekend is coming up, which is always kind of fun to watch. You get to see them do the tests of agility. You get to see Justin Bieber play a few quarters with Jay-Z. You know, you never know what you're going to see. But what's Kings have a big presence there this year.
Yeah, we got 4 players. That just shows you that you're coming up. De'Aaron Fox in the Skills Challenge and Rising Stars. Marvin Bagley in the Rising Stars. Bogdan Bogdanovic in the Rising Stars. And Buddy Hield.
3-point contest,
Three-point contest and second behind Steph Curry in the numbers for who might win. So we might have a 3-point shooting contest winner here from Sacramento.
This
soon.
is like rehashing 15 years ago. We used to get Peja throwing down in those things.
That's right, baby.
All right. Well, it's also award season. We had the Golden Globes and I think the Grammys. Was it?
The Grammys were this weekend.
Passed,
yeah. So Emma Skies, you're all over that.
I don't watch the Grammys.
Community.
Nobody watches the Grammys.
But I got some. The only thing I didn't watch the Grammys either. Don't get me wrong. But the only thing I saw was that Greta Van Fleet won a Grammy.
For what did they win for?
Whatever their album is. I don't know.
But what award did they win?
Rock album, new rock. I don't care. Like they won.
And you're missing the point, Emma.
Led Zeppelin, the best rock band potentially of all time, never won a Grammy.
Okay.
It's fucked up.
And then someone who rips off their sound
completely ripped them off.
But at the same time, is that more of a testament? Is that more of a statement on Led Zeppelin or just the state of modern music and musical awards right now?
Thanks, millennials.
I guess I don't know.
See, they won. Oh, this is from last year. They won. They were the winner of the 2018. Where's 2019? Oh, maybe they do call it the 2018 because it's February. Yeah, they won Best Rock Album up against Ghost, Fall Out Boy, Alice in Chains, and Weezer.
They beat Alice in Chains?
They beat Alice in Chains.
Weezer and Fall Out Boy are still hanging in there.
Right.
Damn.
Don't
put them on the same level like they're the same age.
No, I'm just saying that the two bands that I did not think would still be hanging out in the Grammy nominations.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised.
Man, so fuck the Grammys. They're bogus. But you know what you were just talking about, like how music is aging?
Yeah.
Did you see that trailer for the movie Yesterday?
I did not.
No, but I heard about
Beatles?
it.
Yes. Kind of. So
it looks fucking crazy.
This is like Truman Show. Like everyone's had that thought of like, I wonder what if cameras were on me all the time and I'm just a part of some social experiment.
Right.
Well, that one of the other thoughts that I feel like everybody has had at least once was like, what if no one ever heard of, like, let's say the Beatles, and everyone on Earth had forgot. I go to an alternate dimension and I start playing Beatles songs. Will I get famous?
That's interesting.
And that's the premise. Basically, a snap happens, and then the Thanos snap happens.
Yes.
And then nobody knows who the Beatle is. This guy pulls out a guitar and starts singing Yesterday.
Yeah.
And then everybody's like, holy fucking shit. Like, what was that? And then he realizes it and then becomes the biggest musician of all time.
The Mandela
I'm
effect.
curious on that. We're like totally off topic of video games, but I just want to say one thing. Like, I'm curious how that would work because the Beatles very much sound like a product of the 60s. Like, if they didn't exist and somebody just started making Beatles music, would anybody care?
You know what? I don't think that's
in this
true.
era?
I don't think that's true because certain songs, I want to hold your hand. That's
Well,
like totally
I
like.
feel like the whole Sgt. Pepper's album sounds very 60s.
Yeah, if you want to talk Beatles, that did lay the groundwork for, music in the 70s. But
we all live in the yellow submarine.
yeah, that one too. But the ones like Yesterday and Blackbird and some of like the actual like really singer-songwriter ones, I think those are timeless. I think
basically George's stuff.
Yeah,
that's the timeless stuff too.
Yeah.
But anyway,
sorry, but Golden Globes, what happened? That
was like so long ago.
Was it really?
That was like 3 weeks ago.
Why am I still like seeing news about it?
I don't know. Well, maybe it's because the Oscars are coming up.
Refresh your Twitter page.
Oh, there we go. You know what we discovered?
You're probably seeing Oscars stuff because the Oscars are in like 2 weeks.
You know what we discovered? This is why you should be a Patreon person because we've been putting bonus episodes up, and it's just kind of just us talking, hanging around, planning the show. These guys never know when
Which
the
is so
cameras are
different
hot.
than what we do here. It's so planned here.
Yeah, it's so planned. These ones they pop out and they're the exclusives, and we learned that David Webb actually like plans some of his bits before he comes in the door.
That is true. There are times when I play. It's usually my more funny ones. When you when you guys.
So
no.
which ones? Give me an I don't know
I'm trying.
what you're talking about.
Damn!
That was a very elaborate burn. I'm not even mad at it. I'm trying to remember what was the last one that I did. I do them like every couple
You
of
remember
weeks.
them and you categorize
He files
them?
them away.
Do you rate them?
They're alphabetized.
I rate them on the level of laughter I got.
Oh man, that's sad.
The length of each one. No.
The decibel of the laughter.
Laughter.
Like a freaking Kings game.
Wow.
He's got like a laugh meter in his lap. It's just like do 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 do. Oh, that was a good one.
All right.
That's a good
So
one.
that one did not go well. Let's just scratch that off. We're not gonna use that again. Take that off of my stand-up bit. Yeah.
So that's the kind of stuff you get with our Patreon. Patreon.com/videogamebang. Also, shout out our sponsors, mainframe.gg. They got that new 2019 swag out there. Go pick it up.
I like that Webb keeps wearing mainframe gear that they don't make anymore.
This is the only one that they don't make anymore.
That's vintage.
It's vintage mainframe.
Yeah, vintage mainframe.
It's like, go buy this, except fuck you, you can't.
That's the sickest thing, though. They do like those limited prints, which is pretty cool, and that's like it. If you didn't buy that shirt when they had it, it's just gone. So think about that. Oblivion Comics and Coffee, Sacramento's #1 spot for comics and coffee in Sacramento. Vast.gg and Energy Esports. But you know what, Emma? My computer reverted itself back to an old version, and I don't have updated soundboard. So I mean,
oh my god, what a fucking travesty!
I guess I'm just gonna have to
Chris,
do
get
it
your
live,
chart.
guys. Here we go. Curtis, David,
No,
Emma,
Oh
Emma, tell the news.
that was horrible.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
I didn't think it could get worse.
It did.
Were we just talking about the Beatles and Timeless? I think that's a timeless
Oh,
riff
how
right there.
dare you? How dare you?
One. A two.
I will kill
Are
you.
we gonna get bluesy with it?
We started different.
Keep the cymbals extra splashy, boys.
That was awful on every level. Can we just? Are we good?
Yeah,
done?
we're good.
Are
We're
done?
good.
We're done.
Can I
It's out
go?
of my system.
May I?
Yep.
Can I speak?
Yeah.
Is
I don't know. Can you?
Are we good?
Yes.
Do it.
Let's start with some shitty news.
Oh, I have a feeling I know exactly where you're going.
Oh, yes, I am. Activision Blizzard has decided to lay off almost 800 employees.
That's insane.
That is 8% of their entire workforce.
It kind of makes you realize how big Blizzard is, though. Like, I don't
didn't
know
realize
why
they
I
were
didn't
that
realize that 800 would only be 8%. That's
Almost
a lot.
10,000 people work there. 9,600.
Dang.
Did they say?
Well, not anymore.
Well, yeah.
It was the same day they had a big phone call. Like, actually, Blizzard was trending that whole day. And,
Yeah.
and before, like, the layoffs, because everyone knew it was coming, it was like ground zero. There was tweets going out from other employees being like, Karen is just sitting there crying, being hugged by, like, 4 people because she knows she's leaving. You know, it was very dramatic on social media.
Yeah, so there was a big earnings call for their Q4 of last year, just updating shareholders and investors on how things went. And they're announcing some things. And so they start off by saying, 2018 was a record year for us. Record revenues. We had a fantastic year. By the way, we're laying off 800 people. So the whole time that they're having this conversation or they're having this phone call and the CEO is talking about what a great year they had, at the actual offices, people are being pulled into meetings and told they're being let go.
So is this just...
Oh my
So are they just catching fire for this for being insensitive? Or, like, they're a business, they made record money, and I'm sure they want to do it again. So do you think it was just bad timing? Should they have waited a month before they let everybody go?
But if they made record year with the staff that they had, then they can do it again with the same staff.
So the reason they gave for doing this is that so World of Warcraft didn't have as good of it declined a little bit after the expansion. What the fuck was it that didn't sell as well as they wanted?
Hearthstone.
No, Hearthstone actually
did
very
really well.
Yeah, Hearthstone did very well.
Yeah.
Overwatch, they specifically said that Overwatch and Hearthstone remained pretty stable.
Yeah.
WoW had a dip after the expansion came out.
Destiny.
But Destiny, thank you.
Destiny was a big flop.
Destiny was having a lot of issues. And basically they were saying, we have the 2019 year coming up and we don't have a lot of games coming out this year. So we're expecting, sales to drop. We don't have a big revenue storm that we're expecting to be in this area. So bye everybody. Peace the fuck out.
What's crazy is that I started reading a little bit from their perspective and their like big press release or leaks from maybe what they sent their employees, and their angle was that they're just not developing new stuff right now. They're doubling down on things like esports and Overwatch League and the things that are doing well, like, Hearthstone, and they'll put definitely more stuff into WoW. And I know they're going to be making that new Doom. And there's another rumored first-person shooter that they're working on as well. So there's stuff going on, but just not enough to justify all these employees, and that they didn't really let go of too many developers. Like the raw coders, artists, and stuff. Really, what they let go of was the administration and the support staff.
Yeah, publishing, marketing, PR, esports. Those were all departments that got hit real hard. And so there's so many things that are fucked up about this. There's so many. First of all, Blizzard's just treating their employees like shit. They're like, hey, I understand that you helped us break records this year and make all this money, but we don't care about you. So if we don't think we can utilize you and you're not going to do enough for us this year, even though you just made us hit the bar over and over again last year, you can go. Less than a month ago, literally less than a month ago, they announced that they're bringing on a new CFO and giving him $15 million in bonuses.
Woo!
Whoa.
Wow. What could one person do in a job that's worth that much money?
And that's not even his salary. That's just the bonus that he's getting for coming to Blizzard.
So,
Damn.
You can't tell me that the 800 and some people that they let go, like their salary for the year combined, adds up to 15
somebody did
million.
that math and it ended up at $15 million.
It can't. There's no way.
It's fucking infuriating. So his salary, he was receiving $15 million worth of bonuses on top of a $900,000 a year salary and a $1.35 million target bonus per year.
You said $15 million, right?
$15 million.
You know what I've always said.
And I mean, they're like those 800 employees can rack up pretty quick. So if you assume that they're making $60,000 a year, that's like $48 million.
You know what I've always, and $60,000 is not going to keep you afloat in Southern California.
No.
But I never say never pay anybody $1 million that can't dunk a basketball. Like, that's it.
You want to talk about $15 million to being a lot of money? So they haven't released figures for 2018 yet, but in 2017, the CEO of Blizzard made $28.7 million.
How? Like, who?
Who the hell is worth that much money?
Who's above him that has the money to pay him that
much? Right, exactly.
Like, how do you justify making $30 million and then throwing 800 people out the door?
I just did the maths, and 15 million for like the bonus divided by I just rounded to 800. That's $18,750 a year. Yeah, like, that's their salary. Less than 20,000. And there's no way they were each making less than
health
20,000.
benefits, though.
Exactly.
California. That's how they get you. There's actually been a lot of cool esports organizations. I think FaZe might have been one of them, putting out tweets and stuff saying, condolences. We're actually hiring for a director of marketing.
Nice.
I saw that across other hiring, people are being really
I saw
supportive.
Square Enix put that stuff out.
Yeah,
the Pokemon company put stuff like that out. They're like, if you got fired from Blizzard, we're hiring.
Whatever happened to pay cuts?
That's exactly because that was something else that somebody brought up on Twitter. Is they were like, if you look at Nintendo, because this is a pretty common practice in Japan.
Satoru Iwata.
Yeah, Iwata took a pay cut in 2011. He took like a $350,000 pay cut.
Yeah, when
so that they wouldn't have to let go of anybody.
Yep.
Wow.
And that never happens here.
No.
No fucking corporate executive wants to get rid of a single penny of their money that they're going to go hide in the Cayman Islands and refuse to pay taxes on.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that their employees living below the poverty line can keep a fucking job.
That's crazy.
Trickle down politics is a myth. What do you think?
That's exactly what I said. I was like, this is exactly what shows you trickle down economics doesn't do shit, and the gaming industry needs to unionize.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy how let's be honest, the gaming community can be pretty shitty. Like, we all know that. And then you have stories like this where you have all these gaming companies and esports reaching out to like help their own. It's kind of like,
and then they're just going to fire him in 2 years anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Okay,
Like,
never
it's
mind.
real nice PR right now, but you're gonna let them go too, because
Yeah.
that's just how the gaming industry works. Is you have a very unstable job. There's no job security.
It's true.
Because even some of the people that were fired from Blizzard, there were people that were junior level that they'd only been on a short while. There were people that worked there for 15 years that thought their department was completely safe. They're essential. They're not getting fired, and they're out the door now.
Yeah, because they got higher salaries because they've been there longer. So
The other thing that they talked about in this same earnings call is that they are planning a 2-year buyback of stocks worth $1.5 billion to increase shareholder revenue by 9%.
So what does that mean? You've lost me.
Eli 5.
the rich get richer.
Basically,
That's what that
the rich
means.
get richer.
Oh, no.
They're going to try to buy back stocks that they've sold off to the tune of $1.5 billion. As far as I understand it, it's been a while since I took an accounting class. But they're going to try to buy back stocks that they've put out there so that their shareholders can get more and their shares are worth more. So basically they want to increase, I think they said they want shares to be 34 cents a share. Or something that they said that's the increase that they want. And following all of this, their shares or their stocks went up 5%.
You know what? That's how stocks be working though. Like they're making decisions that aren't humanitarian, people-based decisions, but they're showing people with money that this company is dedicated to making money and not
for people that don't even work there, for shareholders.
Yeah. Those are people that don't work anywhere. They just
they hold shares.
And then,
And they sit in their safety deposit box and they collect money.
Yep.
So I have a theory about some of this. So I did see that, I don't think it's like confirmed or anything or announced, but stuff comes out and they're saying that Blizzard is working on a new first-person shooter. I am wagering that this is like gonna be inspired by Apex.
probably. Well,
But they just lost their entire fucking marketing departments everywhere. How are they going to market this shit?
But look at Apex.
They'll hire back. I mean, they let go.
They'll hire
They'll
contractors.
rehire.
Yeah.
No, and
Yeah,
they'll
contract
rehire because they let go of staff because they're not developing. But when they start attaining more success, they're going to staff up again. It won't be to the tune of 800 people. If it does, it's really good.
Yeah.
But they'll hire enough staff to sustain whatever they do.
Yeah, they'll hire 200 and make them do the work of 800.
Of the 800. Yeah.
And then once they're done doing the work of 800 people,
They'll
get
cut them.
fired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is, I just cannot, every single time, it's like we're surprised by this every time it happens, and we should not be. The gaming industry needs to unionize. There's a reason this keeps happening.
I think there's definitely been more, like, atrocious things happening in the games industry than this. I don't know. I'm not as outraged for some reason. Like, I feel like this is just...
Are you numb to it?
Maybe. I think this is just what businesses do. Like, it sucks and
It
it's horrible,
shouldn't be, though.
but...
And we
it was
shouldn't
avoidable.
accept it as something that they do.
Yeah, but it's Blizzard. They make Overwatch.
So?
I love that game.
And
No.
there it is.
That's fucking bullshit, because I would rather Overwatch be taken off the market. I would rather never look at Overwatch again and those 800 people have a job.
No way. Overwatch is so fun.
I don't give a fuck about Overwatch.
It's so good.
And I know you're just trying to be trolling and
Trolling.
salty, but like, this is people's lives.
I think it's
know,
it's
but-
less about him trying to be trolling and salty and more about the fact that he makes money from Overwatch. So
That shit,
Overwatch is the best game. San Francisco Shine.
Are you
I
sure?
definitely don't make money from... I don't make a single Blizzard
But-
penny.
I mean, not Blizzard.
I
money.
see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I do work for an org who has a team in the Overwatch League, but like I don't know. It's not like it was the same situation as Telltale. Like Telltale is a travesty to me. When those people got, like, these people at Blizzard got nice severance packages. I read I read that
they've talked about what they're going to do.
But this is Blizzard. They're not going to stiff these people.
It's the gaming industry.
They're not going to. Believe you me, Blizzard does hold itself to a higher standard in the regards to that kind of stuff. This isn't a company that's just going to let people go without pay, like a smaller developer like Telltale would do.
I've learned one thing in my life. I don't trust corporations.
No.
I trust corporations to do what corporations do.
Make
and that's
money.
stuff like this. Yeah, I don't trust them for you.
Not just make money, hoard money.
Well, yeah. Because that's what I mean. And the way things go, like Emma's right. If you want to see change, you got to team up because the only thing that speaks louder than money is numbers. So that's just how it's going to be. They're going to make decisions based off of numbers and try to make money, and we got to make decisions and team up based off of, hey, we live here and we gotta eat, we gotta keep the lights on.
Like if we can all get together and collectively walk the fuck out of all your companies, we have the power.
Yeah.
You're not putting out any games if you don't have any developers. You're not putting out anything if you don't have publishers.
Ego Brain has a good a little argument in here. Our social media guy, I should say. If you guys didn't know, we actually have a social media person.
Ego Brain.
Yeah, on payroll. He says FedEx, Amazon, Best Buy hires millions for Christmas season and then fires them all.
But that is advertised as a seasonal
position.
Yeah. You apply to a seasonal position. People are not applying to a seasonal job in marketing to work at Blizzard for 15 years.
I guess, but I also believe a company has a right to let people go.
No,
they have that right.
They do. Yeah, they do.
And if they're gonna do it the right way and give people notice and give people, a severance and money and tools and resources to find other jobs, I've been laid off.
They really didn't give them notice. They told them today. They're like, "This is your last day."
Damn.
Like I said, I've been laid off. I've known a lot of people who've been laid off. It's just a part of life that you get laid off.
But
it's shitty though.
It sucks. It definitely sucks.
Like I got laid off when I had 2 kids.
You're just being complacent with the way that it is, the horrible way that it is, and saying it happened to me, so other people can deal with it too.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Maybe I've just rationalized it.
The idea is that nobody should have to deal with it.
I think where the problem lies is not so much the layoffs themselves. It's the fact that they're simultaneously, as they're laying people off, they're reporting a record year. They're planning on making more money, and they're making their shareholders richer. While back at headquarters, people are losing their jobs. I think it's a timing aspect. If they had come out in 6 months and said, hey, we're laying off 800 people, I don't think it would be at least perceived as bad as it is in this scenario.
Yeah, or give them more notice. Like, I get it, California's an at-will state. Like, you have the legal right to just drop somebody. But
you get like I've been laid off, but I had like a 30-day notice.
That's what I'm going to say. Like, or even do it in a tiered way. Like, hey, guys, we're restructuring the company. We'll be honest, there's layoffs going on. We know you guys have families, and we appreciate the service you provided for us. So we're going to be laying people off in this steps. Please, by all means, right now, look for employment. Any referrals that you need, we will write you guys letters. You know what I mean? Like, just something with a little more dignity.
Yeah.
Because all these people have is rumors that started back in November. And nobody telling them anything about it until today.
That sucks.
So it's just bullshit. There's a lot of shit in corporate America that's legal that is not right. I think those are two very different concepts.
Yeah, that's
absolutely
true.
There's a lot of shit they can get away with that they shouldn't be able to, but who's gonna give a fuck about the person that's doing the data entry?
Oh blah dee, oh blah da. Let's move on. What else we got?
I have to open my notes again because I closed them. Oh, this one's over to you guys. We got the Nintendo Direct today. That's all you guys.
You know what? I watched it. We could just hit the highlights. I said we don't spend a whole lot of time on this one. Highlights were definitely, they started strong out the gates with the Mario Maker 2. Heavy emphasis on Super Mario World.
Yes.
Which... kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it's a staple game.
Yeah, it's a staple game. I never played the first one though. Did you? Anybody?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Wait, no, you're talking about Mario Maker?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant Super Mario World.
Oh yeah,
I did
Super
not
Mario
play
World. That's
Maker
assumed. That was on the test to get into the show.
I passed the test. Just making sure you passed the test, Corey.
Hell yeah.
All right.
I haven't passed that test.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I lied. I said I played it.
Super Mario World
I
though.
didn't even lie.
You never played Super Mario World, Emma?
No, I have.
Why are you shocked by this?
She doesn't play Nintendo games. She's aggressively neutral to them.
I hadn't played Mario Kart for more than 5 seconds before we played the other night.
Is my opinion, my hot take here. I love all the Marios, from one. They're classics. Mm-hmm. But Super Mario World is definitely the best. Like, that was its peak Mario.
I feel like it was.
Came close with Mario 64, but Super Mario World was...
Yeah.
I think
it's the best.
I think that may have been like the most out of touch adult parent thing I've heard is I love all the Marios. All the Marios are great.
All the Marios.
All the Marios.
I like the red Mario. I like the green Mario. I like the purple Mario.
The purple Marios.
Wow.
The yellow man.
So I guess from what I saw on Twitter, though, the thing that really took people about that trailer was the fact that you can now slide.
Yes, because I guess the sliding in the hills, I guess were something that weren't in the first one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the thing that they started with. Which that's what you want. Like when when you're like, hey, we need this, and then they just started off with the thing that you're.
Hey,
asking
by the way,
for.
you know that thing that was kind of a meme that we fixed it right away, boys.
There you go.
It's because I guess before you could only make like stair type hills.
Right. Yeah.
And then they went next into Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order.
I stand by the fact that this looks like a fucking mobile game.
It's fine.
It
Is
does,
it though?
but
Yes.
It looks
Is
fun.
it?
Yes, it's on the Switch, so it's not a super powerful console.
The Switch played Breath of the Wild. If it doesn't look as good as Breath of the Wild, there's no excuse.
Oh, this is not the budget of this game.
Yeah. Or the years in development.
Yeah, or the
Breath of
years,
Wild
or the
gets.
depth of gameplay. The one thing that was kind of disappointing is
You're not selling this game very well.
it's Avengers, and it's the Ultimate Alliance franchise. It sells itself, people.
Yeah, and it's come and they smart. They pushed it back because they were gonna have it come out earlier. They pushed it back. It's coming out in summer. After we get the flurry of the Captain Marvels and we get the
we'll be
Endgame.
all on cloud 9.
Yeah. So we'll be in Marvel heaven.
They talked about like some of in the last one. The big thing was you can do your ults together. So like if you had Iron Man and
fun.
Cap, you hit his shield and it does a special reflect move.
Yeah, me and Malik used to do that all the time. when we
Yeah,
played.
those wombo combos, dude.
Yeah.
In this one, you can do the curveball, or what was it, the special?
Fastball special? No way.
Yeah, that was in there.
Oh my god.
But in this one, they instead of like advertising that you could join together to do them, it's like, and you can do them all at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like,
Up to 4 screens.
Yeah, up to 4 screens. It's multiplayer, online. Like this game, it's gonna be a nostalgia rush for me.
Yeah.
Easy buy.
Yeah, I'm buying it. I'm mashing buttons.
Yep.
With my favorite costumed characters.
They did a whole Captain Marvel segment, and we're even gonna have Captain Marvel.
Yeah. She was in it. Yeah, she was, showing her OP powers, bringing down the thunder. Yeah, she looks good too. That's the thing. You get to be one of the characters that you love with your friends, and you get to run around. You know what I'm saying?
And have we forgotten how fucking fun dungeon crawlers are? Like, we haven't had a sick ass dungeon crawler in a minute, and this is like you get to dungeon crawl. Wait, what? Emma, what?
The Emma scale is not balanced. Right?
Emma, have you played a good
Emma
dungeon
scale.
crawler?
I don't
Emma
know that I
Scales.
can name a good dungeon crawler. Like I don't know that I can name a dungeon crawler that I've played or cared about.
Well,
She's aggressively neutral to dungeon crawlers.
I can see that.
I just don't know what would be considered a dungeon crawler and if it would be anything I've ever played.
Gauntlet, was that the original?
Oh, snap!
That
Gauntlet.
Is that why we
it's
call
one
it
of
a
the
dungeon?
oldest. That probably.
I think I can't remember the
don't know
original,
if there
but
is
Gauntlet's like
anything
the
older than
iconic,
that. Yeah.
first big one.
Yep.
And then Ultimate Alliance is just my favorite, or X-Men Legends before that.
X-Men Legends.
Those were good. Then we got what we all wanted, baby.
Nothing.
A big fat nothing. They played the music. It
Yep.
hit those beautiful notes of Smash Bros.
Mm-hmm.
The voice comes over. What does he say, Curtis?
And you can wait to see what comes out next.
Yeah,
It's like,
they gave
hold
us
on.
nothing.
It was so bad. Like,
debated.
totally debated.
100%.
Yeah, we got to see like the back of Joker's. We got to see Joker's back of
Yeah.
his jacket and his
Of
little
the
sword.
in-game render.
Yeah,
Oh, for the Smash update?
yeah,
Yeah.
for the first downloadable
I was just
character.
trying to catch up with what the fuck we were talking about.
No,
Yes.
sorry. If we were not descript enough, it's because it made us that mad. Basically, you hear the Smash music come on, everybody gets hyped because we're like, oh, are they going to announce new characters? Because we already know Joker's coming. It's Nintendo Direct. They like to keep us guessing and then throw out little things. They were like, hey, we got a big important update. Smash version 3, bitch!
Yep.
And then right in that part where they tell you about it, they're like,
Yeah.
and we'll tell you more about it whenever we want to. Oh, and then here's a couple screenshots of Joker, and you can buy a couple more amiibos. Peace.
Yep.
Yeah.
On to the next game.
Yeah, on to the next game.
Like what?
Go back.
Like that's the fastest selling game you have right now, and you gave it 27 seconds. Pretty much.
Yeah.
And then, so on that note,
Somehow that's worse than the soundboard.
because it's real, baby.
It's all real.
That's the thing, yeah.
The other stuff that came out that was pretty cool, Unraveled 2.
Hey, that's the only thing I recognize in this whole thing.
Is that the one with the yarn guy?
Yeah, Yarny.
Okay. Yarny. But I thought you said 2 wasn't even that great.
No, 2 was good. The gameplay is good. The story was lacking.
Oh, okay. So,
but if you want a good puzzle game, like this is it. Like this is a fantastic puzzle game. The story itself is kind of lacking, especially if you really liked the first one. I think it was a bit of a letdown from that. But the puzzles are really, really good. The ability to dual play characters, because it's couch co-op, or you can play both the characters yourself.
Oh, sick.
So regardless of what you're doing, you're playing 2 characters. So every puzzle requires 2 characters in there to make it work, and it just adds a really good dynamic to it. Like it's a good puzzle game.
Solid.
Can you get into it without playing the first one?
Yeah.
All right.
Because the story is not like at all connected.
And then they talked about Zelda Link's Awakening getting a remake.
Yeah.
I must not have played that one because I did not know that Goombas and stuff were in it.
No, I didn't play. That one either. But I had watched gameplay of it, and it's funny. Like some people, I even heard some people kind of like complaining about the way it looks now. Like I don't know. Some people were saying there's not enough detail. But 2 things: one, like it's early shots of it, so it probably is going to look better. But 2, I didn't even think it looked bad. I mean, it looked better than the original.
Definitely, yeah, 100%, yeah.
I don't know.
And then the last thing, the most important thing.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's coming.
I feel like Emma right now.
Yeah, well, Battle Royales, she's conformed now. She's one of us.
No, fuck you and fuck this game.
Tetris 99, baby.
No.
Dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
They did it. Scientists said they couldn't make it happen, and this team of developers said,
hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
Move aside, Apex. We're making Tetris 99 a Battle Royale Tetris game.
So
dumbest
stupid.
thing ever.
I don't think it's that dumb. I think it's like, it's Tetris, so it's always... That's the thing about Tetris. It's timeless, and it's good, and it always will be as long as they keep Tetris the same. So what if you're playing alongside 98 other people to see who's the best Tetriser? Like, you're still playing Tetris.
But why though? That's my thing. Why?
Because BRs are hot right now.
That's the thing. It's the only reason. It doesn't even make sense.
You know, I've been bitching about Battle Royales because I'm like, you know, the thing that I hate about it is like everybody's trying to get on this train. Like people who have a game that aren't made for it are just trying to desperately cling on to what's popular, and they're like making a Battle Royale for their game that doesn't support Battle Royale. This is the fucking peak of that.
Yeah. It makes more
Tetris
sense.
out here like, oh, we can make a Battle Royale. That's what everybody loves. What do you think? What do you think Tetris? Battle Royale. Fuck off, Tetris.
It makes more sense if Yardy was in a Battle Royale.
It never stopped Tetris before. Haven't you played Tetris Kart Racer? Haven't you played Tetris Zombie Mode?
No.
They just do this all the time. It's just what Tetris does. I'm excited for Tetris BR because
shit, right?
You want to know why the best part about it though? You can't even get that mad because if you have their subscription that costs $20 for an entire year that you need to play Smash Online anyways with, you get it for free.
No,
you can't be mad about something you get for free.
They gotta pay me to download this.
This is like when Apple gave away a U2 album for free on YouTunes, and it downloaded it, and people were like, no! Yeah, YouTunes.
Not iTunes.
That's what it was called when YouTube took over iTunes.
Yeah.
Where you don't get a choice of what gets downloaded on your phone.
Boom!
Yeah, that was the U2 thing.
Yeah, and people were like, what I don't want this in my library. I don't want this taking up space. It's like, no, you're getting it, and you're getting it for free, and you're going to like it.
Mm-hmm. Take this
Same
U2
scenario.
album.
I didn't keep music on my phone when that happened, and so every time my phone would plug into my car, it would try to play something, and that U2 album was the only fucking thing on there. So every time I plugged it into my car, I started hearing some shitty YouTube music, and I was like, you know what? I used to like you, U2. I used to like you, but go fuck yourself, Bono.
You know, Joshua Tree was the last thing he ever did, and then they fell off the face of the earth.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on. Joshua Tree was the last good U2 album?
Yeah, what was better than
that's
that?
going on the after show. How to build a whatever, or how to dismantle the whatever bomb. That was a good album. And the album after that was
what year
good.
did that come out?
We're gonna table this conversation though.
After show.
When did Sunday? Yeah, this is why you tune into the after show because it gets real.
Real.
We're gonna go Sunday Bloody Sunday on everybody's asses. We can move on from the Nintendo Direct and all that fun stuff. Emma, what's next?
you put this in here, the dead mouse thing.
Say it ain't so.
Dead
And,
mouse.
I do want to point out you spelled dead mouse wrong.
I took a best guess. Isn't there a 5 in there?
And the last letter's a 5, not an S.
What do you call that again? When the names have that stuff in it, like the numbers.
I got
Leet?
no clue.
Yeah.
Leet
like
speed?
yeah, that's right. Yeah, because
Dead
no one
Mouth
says that
5?
anymore. Dead Mouth 5.
As my dance teacher
Dead
once
mouse.
called them.
That's so funny.
So he got banned. Good. I don't think it was like a. Was it? It wasn't a permaban, was it?
I have no idea.
I don't think it was.
Sounds like it, but
I don't think it
fucking
was.
know.
I think he got a ban for using a homophobic slur on his
As
stream.
he rightly should.
Yeah, and that's part of the terms of service. And
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you are, big or small. If you break the term of service, you gotta D to the T.
I'm glad they held him to it.
Literally trying to think of that.
Yeah, crime gotta fit the time.
Yeah.
Don't do the crime, you can't do the time.
He deserved it. I elite. That's what it is. Yeah, I'm a follower of his too. I remember just months ago I was like on there and I love Dead Mouse's music, and then I was on there and I was like, oh, Dead Mouse streams, that totally makes sense. He's a technology guy and his setup was so sick and everything, and I watch him play and watch him make music in his big studio, and then he does this.
Yeah, he used a homophobic slur, and then he went onto Reddit afterwards and said that he's pretty much just done with Twitch. He says he'll no longer.
No, he threw a fucking tantrum on Reddit, is what he did. He threw a grown ass man tantrum.
He did. So basically, he was like, "Yeah, sorry guys, I knew it was a fun place to connect and fuck around, but I'm not gonna stand for Twitch's double standard when it comes to censoring and suspending me for harmless shit. While we've had some fun partnerships here and they're a great company to work with, I'm going to have to cut this one short. I don't have the capacity to deal with this kind of shit." So
it was just stupid because he goes on to say, what I said was generally toxic as fuck and not an ideology I hold closely to my moral standard by a fucking long shot. But it was just some bottom-feeding piece of shit from Colorado who decided to make it news, proving once again the online clickbaity world is a piece of fucking shit on a good day. Like, he went and threw a giant tantrum because somebody called him out on using a homophobic slur and then being like, I'm not a homophobe. Like, I just like to say that word.
Yeah.
Like, no, you don't get to do that. That's not something that anybody has to stand for. And he's not wrong about the double standard. But on his side, he's saying, it's a double standard. I shouldn't be punished for this. When the correct way to look at it is, this is a double standard. Everybody should be punished for this.
he said, he went on to, like, I don't know, not really defend his use of it, but he said, while it was intended to insult a fucking asshat who was being a fucking asshat, it wasn't, quote, directed at an entire group of people who have a sexual orientation that differs from my own. Fuck off with that shit.
Okay, Dead Mouse, you're an idiot. Oh my gosh. How do you, like, a word that puts down a whole group of people, you don't get to repurpose for a temporary moment.
Especially when you don't belong to that group.
Yeah,
that
even
word
more
has
so.
never applied to you. That word has never affected you in your life.
Right.
You don't get to decide that it's not offensive.
And the way I look at it, if it's an offensive word, whether you are part of that group or not, it's an offensive word. Because if you are inside of the group and you use it and you say it's not, now it is a double standard for that word. So if it's offensive, period. He literally works and makes music in his industry with people of that orientation. What makes you think, like, and fam, nobody made you say it.
Yeah.
Nobody made you say it. Nobody.
Well, no, the asshat who was being a fucking asshat did.
Right, he
So
made me say it. Right.
I don't know if we said what he said though.
That's what I'm trying. I'm trying to.
No, he was playing PUBG, and I want to say he was like hiding in a bush somewhere, and somebody shot him, and he called out somebody for being a cock-sucking fucking homophobic slur, or stream sniping homophobic slur, and like
Dead Mouse?
Dead Mouse, fam.
Like what the fuck?
Dead Mouse?
Dead Mouse, fam.
Dude, he got bodied by Tiesto?
Dude, that got bodied by Tiesto. Dead Mouse. Yeah, fam. He really.
Wow.
So now he's just being one of those internet edgelords. It's like, you shouldn't, everybody's so sensitive these days. If you are offended by this, then you're a piece of shit. And everybody who's like a real fan of me and knows what I meant, like, you're fine.
So what did you mean? What did you mean?
That's the thing is, like, he meant
what he
use a
said.
derogatory word.
That's what I'm saying.
It's 100% what he meant to do.
He didn't
just
mean
doesn't
nothing
want to admit
else.
it.
Oh, Dead Mouse, you
And like,
suck,
we
bro.
are so
Damn.
far beyond dealing with this.
Yeah, he just handled it the complete wrong way.
I mean, ultimately, like, at least just own up to it. You know what? I let that slip out my mouth. It was I said it. I'm gonna own up to it. It wasn't the right thing to say. I don't stand for it. X, Y, Z, and you catch the heat that comes at you. But it's the one thing to say it and then turn around and be like, well, I didn't mean that, and try to point the finger at it. Now you're just being a little kid.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like we talk about this constantly with influencers or streamers or YouTubers that use language like this, whether it's this or it's other derogatory words, whether it's gamers that are dropping the N-word or whatever it is, and they're always like, oh, I don't use that language all the time. Like, it's just something that happens. Like, you don't accidentally say that.
You gotta boss up.
Like,
you gotta boss up.
You gotta admit that what you did, and that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Straight up.
We'll move on from that subject. The key takeaways from that one are just be responsible for what you say, and
Twitch, do fucking better.
Yeah.
About punishing these people, because he's right that there's a double standard. You need to get on this.
Well, I mean, props for them to give them they did it and stuck with it. They did a good job. Now just do that more.
I think my favorite part of his whole thing is he talks about, like, I've decided to part ways with Twitch. I'm like, bitch, they banned you.
Okay, all right.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't like a permaban. So it was. They probably strapped him with a 24 or 48 hour, 72 hour. I'm sure it wasn't a long ban, but he, like you said, he threw a mantrum, and he's done with Twitch.
What did you just say?
I said a mantra. I took that from chat, actually. I can't take full credit. Thank you, chat, for dropping that little gem.
You know why they probably separated ways? Creative differences.
Yes, creative differences.
Let's go to...
See, that's when I didn't write beforehand. That's how you know.
You scratched that one off the list,
yeah.
You put it away.
Well, let's get into some good news now, because Apex Legends is just a treat, everybody. It's such a good game, and it's getting the success it deserves. It's so great when the good guys win for once. Congratulations to Respawn.
You know this is EA, right?
It's Respawn.
Oh, crap. Is it? I didn't know it was EA. Oh, crap.
It's Respawn.
Do you know when you download it? EA Origin.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's I keep seeing a lot of tweets that, like, the most impressive thing about Anthem. Screw all the viewership. Screw how
Apex?
everything. Yeah, Apex, yeah. Screw all that stuff. I can't believe they got this millions of people to download the Origin launcher.
Right?
Holy shit.
Nobody wants that shit.
Nobody wants it. Nobody wants it.
The minute it's in the Epic Store, it's going to go delete Origin app.
Hell
There are
yes.
two things that make you download that. Apex and The Sims.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
all you get. But they had their first update roll out this week. It was pretty small, pretty minor. Valentine's Day items, some themed banners and gun skins, I believe. And then a whole bunch of stability and bug fixes. There was stuff where people dropping might get stuck or go through the map.
There was one where if you land on the supply ship and then get downed and your teammate revives you on the supply ship, you fall through the ship and down to the earth.
Yeah.
Oh,
So they're like, that won't happen anymore. You can revive your teammates on the supply ship now.
I'm just so excited for what this game is going to do. Like, this is finally Fortnite for grown-ups. Like,
Oh, don't say that.
it is. It 100%.
No, I don't
You're
have to
gonna
fucking
make
build in
her
this game.
you're gonna make her uninstall
This
this
is-
game you keep talking about.
No,
It
because Corey
really
always
is.
says wrong shit.
No, I don't. This
This
really
is a love letter to Battle Royale games.
And I never say that. I've never once said that. No, but for real, Apex really is like, you know, all the streamers who that got famous for Fortnite. They are all loving Apex because they don't have to fucking play Fortnite. Yeah. Like, that's the real. If you really think that most of these top tier streamers are playing Fortnite out of the love of the game, it really comes down to.
I think once you have thousands of hours in anything, you kind of are like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Exactly, it becomes a job, and so now they're really enjoying Apex. It's a little more mature. You know, you're getting a little bit older of an audience, like you know, us are starting to pay attention now more. Right. And it's like actually a lot of these Fortnite content creators. You ask them what your target demographic is, and this is fact. They're like 13 to 14, 15-year-olds.
Yeah.
And that's tough to be on the internet, and that's your fan base. The toxicity, and you're an adult.
Yeah.
And just older than me, probably.
Yeah.
And he's got to deal with this as his audience and the toxicity and everything. And now they got a game that's a little more mature. It's different. It breaks up the monotony, and they're not losing the viewers.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is the key part. Yeah, they play other games. You're like, well, Ninja plays different stuff all the time, but look at his numbers.
Yeah, it's Fortnite.
Yeah, the Fortnite, when he plays Fortnite, he gets the big numbers, and this is really exciting. Even 4-time multiplier on your Fortnite code, and these guys are like, I got enough money. I'm having more fun playing Apex right now. So,
I need Apex to last at minimum one more week.
So that you can actually play it?
I can actually play it before the hype guys down.
You know what? This was the first update, and part of me, when I logged in today, did a few drops. I was like, in my first one, it felt like I was walking underwater. Like
it's lag. That's happened to me a few times.
All right, so I'm gonna wait for that to dissipate.
I've never had that before, and then my first thought was, "Oh shit! Did they just kill the game?
No,
did this update just murder it?"
No.
Sometimes the way the game lags is that instead of you doing that thing where like it freezes and then goes forward and freezes, it's like running through molasses. It's a nightmare when you're in the middle of a firefight.
Oh no!
Like
yeah,
it's not unheard of. That's not from the update.
Speaking of killing the game, by contrast, Fortnite just had an update recently.
Oh yeah,
and they changed. This is not by any means going to kill the game. That's just clickbait. Their update did not go well. Well, for a lot of people. Basically, they switched the way that they host the game, and so it was on dedicated servers, and now they're doing a peer-to-peer type of server, which is basically sharing the server. And what the problem with that is a lot of like college campuses, for example, have their firewalls set to block certain IP addresses, and then when you do peer-to-peer, it's those IP addresses that are used, and so you have entire college campuses, for example, that are not able to log into Fortnite because the network... It sounds bad. It sounds
what?
Bad. Shitty college students.
A bunch of college kids can't play
they
Fortnite
can't play Fortnite
on their school computers? Oh my god, end the fucking world.
But I mean, that's an example. But
know.
the thing is like, it's just such a poor way of doing it that you're blocking out like entire like mass numbers of your player base.
I know y'all got papers to write. Get the fuck off Fortnite anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, there's that too. But yeah, interesting.
Apex had a banger of a weekend. They had 25 million unique players and 2 million concurrents. So 2 million people playing the game just at one time. That's a lot of people and a huge milestone for a game that's been out for 10 days.
And very stable servers for a brand new game to handle all that.
Right? Like I haven't had too many issues.
Because usually you hear about like these games crash whenever these brand new games crash on day one. They're like, we didn't expect this many people, and they're like, no, we expected it. We knew y'all. Yeah. We knew y'all would fucking love this game.
Yeah,
that's
true. Yep, straight up.
But you're 100% right though. Is you have these AAA companies that come out with games on day one. It's like, what did I expect you guys? It's like, bet you had a beta.
Did you not believe in yourself?
Did you not?
Right. Exactly.
I remember when The Division came out, we were all so hyped to play it. Me and Aaron are in game, we're doing missions, Corey goes to join us, and he gets stuck, frozen, trying to just like log in for the first time.
I never played after that.
I
was done. Yeah. I had enough.
Yeah.
You had your shot and you blew it.
Yeah. Spaghetti.
The mom spaghetti all over the place. The other cool thing is that people are watching it. People are absorbing the content. Like you see the YouTube videos on all the tips and tricks, how to land just right. Here's
those videos are all full of shit. By the way, nobody knows how to fucking play this game yet.
That's good. I need that to last another week.
They're like, this is the best gun in the game, and then they're like, no, this is the worst gun in the game. This is the best gun. I'm like, none of you fucking know anything.
Best gun in the game, Emma. What is it?
I don't know about the best. My favorite right now is the Spitfire. I can tell you what the worst gun in the game is.
Everybody can tell you the worst game. Okay, we'll say it on 3 just to make sure we think the same thing. All right, 1, 2, 3.
Mozambique.
Yes! Fuck that gun!
That gun is an insult. When I get that at the beginning of the game, I'm like, I wish I hadn't had a gun at all. I'd rather fucking punch you in the face. This is bullshit.
You know what? I see you there. I'm not even going to insult you by shooting you with this gun. I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to just come and punch you in the face.
Yeah.
The best gun in the game, though. I'm sorry,
like
Emma. You named a good one. You know, it's probably B tier, but S tier, the Wingman. God,
people are loving the Wingman. I never use it because it's a pistol.
It's so good.
Oh, is that hand cannon?
It's basically a deagle.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking gnarly ass pistol that just feels so satisfying when you land those shots and drop people with it.
Yeah, my friend was telling me about that today.
It's got an attachment on it called Skull Crusher that makes those headshots just basically...
Skull Piercer?
Skull Piercer just fucking...
It's like 90.
Crush people's faces.
Yeah.
So powerful.
The Kraber is a ridiculously OP weapon.
Oh, the sniper?
The gold tier
Yeah, the
sniper
gold
that I think you
sniper.
can only get in care packages.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the 50 cal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Most tier lists have the only 2 S tier guns as the 2 legendaries. The
Mastiff.
The Mastiff shotgun.
I've still
too.
never seen the Mastiff in game.
I've gotten to use it, and it is it's a sniper rifle shotgun.
Love it.
It's fucking sick. You're just hitting people from so far away.
So my general loadout now is the Spitfire and the Peacekeeper.
Oh, I like the Peacekeeper as well. Yeah, that one will drop, folks.
I like when guns are called the Peacekeeper.
The best skin for that is like an old-timey like shotgun too. It's so clean.
Can't wait to play
It's
this
a good game. It's a good game. I finally I broke 100 kills on Lifeline.
Congratulations.
Very proud of that.
Nice.
You beat me to 100.
Hell yeah, I did.
Good job. I mean, you're playing Little League, or you're playing T-ball.
Excuse me?
You're playing T-ball Apex.
Once you get crossball, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Yeah, I hope so. I would love to see the day.
Sorry, how many kills you have?
Like 50.
My second player already has more kills than yours.
How many?
Damn.
How many wins
She's
you
sitting
got?
over here drinking tea.
How many wins you got?
I don't know. It doesn't keep track of
Oh,
it.
you don't know, huh? Convenient.
Because I mean, I've lost count after a certain.
Oh!
Wow.
You see what she's doing right there, Corey? She just turned the tables.
You cannot touch.
Dang.
But I think
I'm sorry.
I see
Do
a
you
lot of
have?
lawbreakers
Are you still able to
in
keep
this
track of
house.
yours? Are you counting on fingers?
God damn. You know the real the real loser of this whole situation is
You?
Oh,
Sorry.
As you hear that music, the show is officially about to end. No, I'm talking Sea of Thieves, guys. Like, have you seen the Sea of Thieves numbers?
Does anybody care?
Yeah, I mean, Sea
They're
of
having to
Thieves.
count on their hands.
Like, those guys have been on a
They're
roller
counting
coaster.
players on their hands.
Yeah, they are.
The game came out to a roar. Like, there was a
Yeah.
lot of people playing it, then it died, and then Summit brought it back, and then everybody's streaming it, and
Yeah.
now everybody's, like, on the Apex wave. And that's showing how much power these fucking influencers and these Twitch streamers have on your game.
We need to share one last piece of really good news. We need
Let's
to go out
end
on a
on a
highlight.
good note.
Let's end on the best note.
Very
The
exciting.
C note.
The
Do you
C
want-
note.
Oh, you want
Actually,
me to?
J note. Yeah.
Yeah, what do we
Alright.
got?
The standalone Jared Leto DC Joker movie has been canceled, along with the Joker and Harley Quinn movie. Praise the fucking Lord. We never have to see those travesties.
You know what? It's because there was an early cut released of the Joaquin Phoenix one, and there's no way you can compete with it.
Are we sure that that's why? Is it not just that Jared Leto was a shit Joker and nobody wants that?
I mean, you could probably make a case for both ways, but I have faith in this new Joker movie.
We'll see. And with the pictures that they've released from Birds of Prey, it seems hard to put that Harley Quinn in the same position as a Joker and Harley movie. Because she's very clearly fucked off from him. Because
Oh,
her
wow.
tattoos of him are all crossed out.
Ooh, that's kind of cool.
I am very excited about. If you zoom in on her legs.
Oh, that's. I definitely did not do
Yeah,
that.
no. I'll play, man. If you zoom in on her legs, her like H hearts J whatever tattoo is crossed out. Her pudding tattoo is crossed out. The only one
Interesting.
that's slightly like romantic that's left is P and H, which could be Pudding and Harley, or it could be Pamela, as in Pamela Isley, as in Poison Ivy
That's
and
what I thought
Harley.
it was. I thought it was just Poison Ivy and Harley.
I was like, hell yes.
yeah.
I'm
So
here
is
for
that
it.
is that an Easter egg?
Foreshadowing.
I hope so. Give
Oh.
me Harley and Ivy, or give me death.
I thought they were gonna do Sirens.
Excessive.
They've been saying they're gonna do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We will have more to talk about on these subjects and more in the after show. That's why if you listen to the podcast via a typical podcast listening device like iTunes or Spotify or any of those fine services, you can watch us live on twitch.tv/videogame_bang week in, week out on Wednesdays and Saturday nights. You can be a part of the group. You can be like Blood Ocean, Ego Brain, Rurutu, all these cool people, and they drop in jokes for us to steal, and it's a good fun. And then if you guys are in the stream right now and you want to support us or maybe catch up on past episodes, you can do the same. You can go to iTunes and subscribe to the show. Just search Video Game Bang Podcast. We should be the number one that pops up. Give it 5 stars. Give it a nice rating. That helps other people find it. And you must have been doing it because we've had some banger weeks, and mostly due to Emma Skies and David holding it down on the weekend shows with these fun games we've been doing. So we this last week, did you hear them totally high five?
Yep.
Last weekend we did a Name That Tune. Emma came up with, she was the game master, and we all competed in a game of wit and speed to see who would know the most video game music, and it was very popular. Good job, Emma Skies, on putting together that bit. And what's your stream schedule looking like this week?
I'll be on tomorrow evening playing some Sims 4 for Valentine's Day. We'll be doing another Black Widow stream like we did last year. Tradition now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
And David Webb, you say you're getting moved.
Getting moved?
Is the first thing you're setting up that streaming setup?
Yeah, as soon as I'm done moving, because if I don't, I'm gonna be playing Apex all the time. So as soon as I'm done moving, I'm gonna set up the stream area. I'm definitely gonna have to get a light because I do not have lighting in where my computer is. So I'm picking up one of these.
I almost forgot. Sorry.
What?
Friday. Crackdown 3 comes out on Friday.
Oh, you're gonna be streaming that Crackdown day one?
Absolutely.
Ted Cruz.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
You'll be the only one because everybody else will be streaming Apex and
That's fine. I'll take all the viewers.
watching Apex.
Get all
What
the
viewers?
Crackdown.
They're all watching
I'll get
Apex.
all the Crackdown viewers.
Everybody's watching Apex. Curtis, tell us what you're up to this week.
Not Apex because Malik will not bring the PlayStation 4 out of his room. He's playing NBA 2K. He's going for another championship ring. I don't even know if I'll be streaming because I haven't been because I have this weird issue where like my capture cards aren't being read and it's only in my user account. Test user account, it works just fine. Yeah, so I gotta troubleshoot that or call Black Magic.
Tech difficulties. I will not be on the weekend show, everybody. I will be in Burbank, California for the debut of the Overwatch League. It's finally coming back, man. We've been on the off season, and it's exciting to see all the new rosters. Shout out to Monte Cristo. I don't know if you guys know who he is. He's one of the casters, but he's the one known for being super snarky. Like, he's a hard dude to please, and he's been one of our biggest critics forever. And he's a force to be reckoned with in the industry. Okay. And he put out his power rankings list and actually had us up at number 1. So I'm super excited to be a San Francisco Shock fan. If you guys are interested in Overwatch and just checking out the differences, they made a brand new viewer that's in-game client. So you can, like, if you're a tank player and you want to watch the tank players only, you can see their view as if from inside. Everybody can do that as the matches are happening. So super cool.
Awesome.
Do that if you want to watch it, and then keep your eye on the SF Shock social media channels. I'll be at the helm for most of the week doing some BTS and maybe some interviews and stuff. So keep on that one. But otherwise, we're going to get to the after show. Thank you guys so much for listening. For Curtis, David Webb, Emma Skies, my name is Corey. Saying, is David Webb lip syncing me?
No, that time I was not.
You've just been banged.